What's up guys, JD43 here, welcome back to another video. Make sure you guys like the video and of course subscribe for more content. I also do have an Instagram where I have more of the personal aspects in which I like, even besides video games. So if you guys are interested, be sure to check that out as well. Now today, really quickly, I am still kind of sick, so you're gonna have another video with extra sexy JD43, so thumbs up for that one for sure. And today we're going to be talking about an announced Rainbow Six Siege game that eventually never actually came out. It's very interesting to talk about, especially now that Rainbow Six has been out for an actual, or I should say Rainbow Six Siege has been out for around a year now, or actually more than a year now. So it's just interesting to discuss the actual history within the game, especially looking back on this year. So let's get started with the actual, I guess, story itself. Now, Rainbow Six Siege Patriots, which you guys may know, some of you may not, so I'm just doing this video just to explain that. And Rainbow Six Siege Patriots was supposed to be a game that had QuickTime events mixed with shooter, I guess, qualities in the game itself. Pretty unique. We haven't really seen anything like this before, so it's pretty unique as well. But keep in mind, though, most of the QuickTime events actually were a lot longer than, say, Call of Duty. I know Call of Duty has QuickTime events as well, but it's not as well. Call of Duty's like breach the room, press square or whatever, you know, button it is to breach that room, and that's it for the QuickTime event. You know, this it's actually kind of involved with the actual game itself. There's some gameplay aspect to the actual QuickTime event itself, which is very cool. We haven't really seen anything like this, but it looked very interesting. Now, they actually do have a reveal trailer for this up, and it's still around on YouTube. You can see it, and it actually looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, the story seems pretty interesting, and it's just a shame any game being canceled. And it was obviously announced in 2011, and it was canceled eventually in 2014. And the main reason for this is so that they can, I guess, make games on the new gen consoles, the PS4 and the Xbox One, because this game was originally planned to be released exclusively on the PS3 and the Xbox 360. So a lot of information there, I know, but it's definitely very interesting to talk about as well. Now, they obviously once again made Rainbow Six Siege in favor of the new gen platforms as well. So that kind of explains the lack of amazing textures and things like that, because this game was kind of made technically in a year. When you think about it, yeah, this game was made in around a year. Well, obviously, well, not necessarily a year, just because they probably started Siege a lot before they officially canceled it in 2014. But this game was around 2 years in development, which, to be honest, isn't really that long of time. I know Call of Duty whips them out every year, but at least Call of Duty has a wait period between each development team. This actually was made in like 1 to 2 years, which is actually pretty quick. So they couldn't really fix the texturing, and it kind of explains that through the actual history itself. Now, they did reuse some of the aspects like rappelling and I guess, I don't even know, breaching, things like that. They did reuse some of the actual gameplay features within the game, which is pretty interesting. I definitely do think that this game actually would have not worked out as good as Siege. Now, the reason why I say this is because Rainbow Six Siege is, for the most part, I know people are going to say, oh no, it has a situations mode where you can do single player aspect of things. Okay, cool, yeah, but like a good 90% of this game is online, okay? The game itself is mostly online, and it has a competitive aspect to it. And that's what makes Rainbow Six Siege shine over probably this game. And that's why I think this game is probably, or I should say Siege is a lot more successful than Rainbow Six Patriots, just because of the actual I guess, player base that can actually play these games. Because from what it looks like, Rainbow Six Siege Patriots looks exclusively single player. Just judging by the actual QuickTime events and how they actually occur in game, they really don't feel like they would be in some sort of aspect of the online. So making a game into sort of like a competitive 5-on-5 type game opens up a lot more doors, like esports, like what they're doing. And I think this game, Rainbow Six Siege, was actually a good decision for Ubisoft in the end, because obviously a single player game versus an online competitive shooter that's in esports, which one do you think is going to be a lot more successful regardless? Especially now that shooter campaigns aren't really like played that much anymore. Campaign isn't really a necessity nowadays as much as online. That's just a fact of things. But it's just interesting to look at the actual history of the game itself. And it's always sad to see a game canceled that actually looked pretty good. I did look at the trailers and some of the artwork in the game, and it looked actually really interesting. It looked almost finished, I would say. So it's a shame, yes, I know, but life goes on. The moral of the story would probably be. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video and, of course, subscribe for more content. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Have a great day.